With the release of new Guilty Gear character Unika, the most common question being asked is how strong is Unika? And today, we're gonna find out together. To answer the question, we have to start with finding out what the Princess of Valeria excels at. Now, obviously, she does high damage, which I'm sure everyone has seen so far. Now, that's not exactly a special thing, that's not the only character that can do it. But, the way she accesses the damage is very unique to her, as she is one of the rare characters that can convert from almost anywhere on the screen into a hard knockdown. Using her hand special moves to get consistent damage is one of the most important things about her. That and her dash cancels allowing her to convert even further than normal into such things as DP. She also has good ways to convert her close range buttons such as 2K or 5K into 2D Wild Assault, allowing you to wall break from certain points of the screen where others characters cannot. Not only are her buttons good on hit, but they are really good on block, with her 5S and the 2S follow-up being able to hit you low from decently far, forcing you to crouch instead of walking back, keeping you in range for her follow-ups. Her 2H follow-up has so much block stun that if she does it and dash cancels it, it becomes 0 on block, which is very rare. This allows her to RPS with 5H 5H follow-up and 5H 2H follow-up. 5H 5H follow-up is also whiff cancelable, allowing for situations where the opponent would jump correctly and Unika would bring them back down with overhead or DP. Her buttons on block become even better, especially if the opponent gets conditioned, allowing for you to use guard crush projectile or her overhead for a mix-up. I'm sure you've noticed, but Unika's jump is very low, allowing for her to get a left-right that is pretty hard to see off throws and other hard knockdowns. She also has very consistent Oki off her knockdown that may lead to strike throw, which being DP safe as well, or if conditioned, she can get comboable overhead that is very safe on block. Let's move to her specials, which are also very big horizontally and vertically. Her version of Stun Dipper, no doubt inherited from her father, goes incredibly far and if enhanced becomes -3, which is very not punishable. Her overhead has a lot of vertical range, allowing for her to anti-air with it and even become plus if blocked high enough. Not only does it hit high, but under certain circumstances, like I mentioned before, she can even combo it. Her DP has the best of both worlds though, which means it hits very far and goes very high. Also, being a two-part DP has its own strengths. She also has a very unique super that is very hard to hit sometimes, but it also hits very hard, locks you out of burst, and gets you positive bonus anywhere on screen. Oh, let's not forget that shit takes forever considering the animation, but this unique super can only be done under certain thresholds of health, so it's rare. But I think that's enough about her strengths. Now let's move to her weaknesses. These include her run speed, which as you can see is very slow. This makes it very hard for her to actually get in when a character has higher range than her. Her buttons aren't helping her in that regard either, considering how slow the startup of those buttons are, and the whiff recovery ain't nothing to celebrate either, making it very hard to use these buttons sometimes, and you have to be very careful while placing them so you don't get hit trying to catch someone. She also has trouble frame trapping off her follow-up buttons, such as /2S follow-up, since nothing can hit jump after a certain range other than Wild Assault. She may run into trouble against characters with high mobility as well due to the nature of her buttons, meaning sometimes she presses an S or H button in neutral, she's doing that with her life on the line. Also, running into characters she can't pin down easily, for example Ramlethal, Milia, and other characters with unique jump options. She also has trouble hitting low profile K buttons since she's running offense from afar. Moving to her mix-ups, like I said before, her overhead is really good, but there are also cons to it. The overhead without enhance is super negative and can be punishable by death if blocked. But not only that, another glaring flaw is that even with meter, unless it is counter hit, she cannot combo. The enhanced version is also punishable, but not nearly as much as the normal version, though if blocked, she can still be in a tough situation. So you would mostly want to use these things as mix-ups for Oki, making them safe. Now to her defense, which isn't really the best considering her normal amounts of health, not so good jump normals, and her DP. Even though her DP is huge, which is really good like I stated before, the frame advantage on hit is one of the worst in the game, and it's kind of hard for her to capitalize off of it. That being said, she is probably the most technical of the Shoto type characters, and may see more success long term. So far I would rate her around the 10th best character in the game, so I would say she's pretty high up on that leaderboard. But if there's anything that you guys disagree with, please let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.